Hi guys, well, it may not be on many people's radars, the Conservatives are looking for a new leader. So far, people like Tom Tugendhat, Kemi Badenoch, Priti Patel, James Cleverly and perhaps someone else has thrown their hat into the ring. A big problem the Tories have is the division that was apparent during their time of government hasn't gone away. Another issue is the fact that the members tend to be more right-wing than the MPs, making it difficult for a moderate to rise to the top. Here, former Minister David Gauke talked about the possibility of a future Tory leader copying Starmer's winning strategy.
I suspect all of the candidates are looking at a very successful model that was deployed in 2020, which was Keir Starmer, who ran as a continuity candidate for the Labour Party. Then when he won, or about a year after he won, changed strategy, then did demonstrate some leadership, was a change leader, tried to modernise successfully his party, and that resulted in success. At the moment, you feel that all of the candidates are too tentative to do that they're too frightened of the party membership. Maybe get through on the other side, and then who knows what you can do. But at the moment, by and large, they feel as if they're just sort of wanting to get there first, and then we'll do the modernisation afterwards. I would say that I think Mel Stride deserves a bit of credit for being the first out the blocks to criticise Nigel Farage over the riots. I think all the candidates should have been much quicker, to be honest, but I thought Mel Stride was the one who had the courage to say something when, up until then, everyone was a little bit tentative, worrying that criticising Farage would alienate a section of the Tory party membership.
So is the model, and do you think, David, that Keir Starmer went left to get the votes of the Corbynite members and then struck out on his own direction, which ultimately led him to Downing Street? That's kind of the model you're talking about, but in reverse. They would lean right to win over the members, and then all bets are off. They could go in any direction that thereafter.
I think that's what's going on. I mean, who knows which of the candidates would subsequently then move towards the centre. I happen to think that that's where the election, can be won, and that's where the Conservative Party needs to go. But the difficulty with that strategy, and look, Keir Starmer overcame it. It didn't hold him back. But the difficulty with that strategy is that you don't have a mandate, and that people will cry betrayal. And that you might not have the authority you need to do what I think has to be a very big, very ambitious modernisation of the party. And if we're looking at other parallels, go back to David Cameron in 2005 and his leadership pitch. Actually, he won permission for a change in the Conservative Party. He set out a modernisation agenda as a leadership candidate in a way that none of the leadership candidates this year are doing.
Okay. There are a number of problems with this analysis. I don't like criticising somebody who obviously knows the party better than I do, but I think there are a number of problems here. He mentioned Nigel Farage, and Nigel Farage really is the elephant in the room here. Reform UK is the elephant in the room, because Starmer was not looking over his shoulder back in 2020 at a party outside Labour who was challenging him, or it. That's something that's completely separate. Also, in the election, the recent election, and I've said before, and many people have said this, it wasn't so much a Starmer win, but a Tory loss. People came out and voted for Labour because they were sick of the Conservatives. They wanted them out. And tactical voting helped there as well. So, the Conservatives, whoever they select, it's going to be a different situation. We can't really compare it with Starmer. Starmer took over, he moved to the left in order to win over the members of the party, and then he moved to the centre to show that the party had changed since Jeremy Corbyn. And that was a success. Yes, we put down a certain amount to the Tories failing, but also some of that has to go to Starmer for presenting the party as something different. Whether it's something positive or not, that's a separate issue, but as something different, that change had taken place within the party. The Conservatives can try and do that, but they have the albatross of Nigel Farage around their neck. So if a moderate Tory wants to move the Conservative Party back to the centre, they're going to have to face the problem of facing down far-right members of the party who would like to invite in Nigel Farage or move the Conservatives in the direction of Reform UK. So they're going to have to be really ruthless with those individuals. Starmer didn't really have that problem. But even if they are able to achieve that, they need to of course, challenge the Labour Party. So they're going to have to fight two battles. Well, Starmer only had to fight one battle. He was like, okay, we're not the Conservative Party, we are the opposition, we are ready for government, we're going to undo what the Tories have done. The Tories are the problem, we are the alternative. But a new Tory leader in opposition is going to have to present themselves as a party ready for government, but also have to face down the threat of Nigel Farage and Reform UK. It's possible to succeed, but it's a mountain to climb. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.